Lonzo Ball was one of the most talked about prospects we have ever seen enter the NBA. Him and his two brothers were the face of basketball for a period of time. Lonzo's potential was through the roof, and he was selected second overall in the 2017 draft. 6 years later, Lonzo has been on 3 different teams, and his career has been set back time and time again due to injuries. Lonzo is reportedly about to go through his 3rd knee surgery. But how do we get to this point? How did Lonzo's NBA career fall apart so fast? How did he go from one of the top prospects we've ever seen to barely playing any games? What happened to Lonzo Ball? Like I said before, he was drafted in 2017 by the Los Angeles Lakers, and the hype for Lonzo was unreal. Him and his brothers LaMelo and LiAngelo took over in high school and college. They even started their own company in the Big Baller brand. Everybody was excited to see Lonzo in the league, and the fact that he was drafted by such a high market team like the Los Angeles Lakers just boosted up the hype more. Lonzo and Brandon Ingram, who was the 2nd overall pick for the Lakers in 2016, would headline the young core of the Lakers. D'Angelo Russell, the 2nd pick for the Lakers in 2015, was traded days before to clear room for Lonzo. Yes, the Lakers somehow had the 2nd pick in the draft 3 years in a row. Lonzo wasn't just getting hype from the media. Magic Johnson would declare Lonzo Ball as the new face of the Lakers. He would get his start in the 2017 Summer League and absolutely dominated and lived up to everybody's expectations. He was named the Summer League MVP after averaging 16.3 points, 9.3 assists, 7.7 rebounds, 2.5 steals, and a block per game. This would again boost up the hype for Lonzo even more. And by the time Lonzo would make his debut, everybody was ready to see what he could do in the NBA. In his debut, they played against the Clippers, and he was absolutely hounded by Patrick Beverley on defense. He did not have the debut he had hoped for, finishing with 3 points, 4 assists, and 9 rebounds in a loss. But in his 2nd game, he would turn everything around, scoring 29 points, grabbing 11 rebounds, and 9 assists in a win against the Phoenix Suns. He was 1 assist away from being the youngest player in NBA history to ever record a triple-double. Unfortunately, this is when the basketball gods began to terrorize Lonzo Ball's career. As a rookie, Lonzo played 52 games, missing 30 games due to shoulder and knee injuries. He ended the season with averages of 10.2 points, 7.2 assists, and 6.9 rebounds, but only shot 36% from the field. During the offseason, Lonzo would have surgery on his left knee to repair a torn meniscus. Lonzo's ability to stay healthy became a big concern for the Lakers, and during this offseason, everything would change for the team. After losing in the finals, LeBron left Cleveland for the 2nd time, and he joined the Lakers, which would shift a lot of the attention away from Lonzo and onto LeBron. Lonzo would return during his sophomore season, and after gaining a lot more muscle during his time out of games, this would make him a significantly better defender, and he became one of the best defenders on the Lakers. On January 19th, 2019, in a game against the Houston Rockets, he had a career-high 7 assists in a quarter to help the Lakers build a 13-point lead after the first half. And then in the 3rd quarter, he collided with James Ennis III and suffered a left ankle sprain, which included a torn ligament. Lonzo had suffered 2 other ankle injuries earlier in the season, but he had been able to play in all the team's first 47 games. In late February, he planned to potentially undergo surgery. However, this surgery was not authorized by the Lakers, so the team informed him that his contract could be voided if he proceeded with the surgery, and they talked him out of it. He was expected to be sidelined for 4 to 6 weeks, but he ended up being sidelined for the rest of the season. This would be the end of Lonzo's run with the Lakers, as they decided to trade him in the offseason to the New Orleans Pelicans, which this seemed like the best move for him. Lonzo did not have a lot of room to grow and evolve in a franchise like the Lakers, and the lights may have just been too bright for him in LA. The Lakers traded Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, some draft picks, and some cash to the New Orleans Pelicans in exchange for All-Star Anthony Davis. And in this same offseason, the Pelicans had the #1 overall draft pick and landed one of the most hyped up prospects since LeBron James. The Pelicans drafted Zion Williamson, and the Pelicans' future seemed promising. Unfortunately, Zion was ruled out of the 2019 season due to injuries, and he wouldn't make his debut until the next season. But overall, Lonzo seemed like he was back to normal, and he was slowly coming into his own as a point guard. Heading into the 2020-2021 season, he was at his healthiest. The Pelicans coach Stan Van Gundy placed him into a 3-and-D role, which he had never played before. But this was the best we had seen of Lonzo up to this point. At the end of the season, he became an unrestricted free agent, and on August 8th, 2021, he was traded to the Chicago Bulls. In his Bulls debut, he put up 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists in a win over the Detroit Pistons. This seemed to be his best fit yet, and although he wasn't the all-star point guard he was expected to be, he showed he could be a very solid player and he fit into the Bulls system perfectly. And then again, injuries would set back Lonzo. And in January of 2022, after he missed 3 games with a meniscus tear, the Bulls announced that Lonzo would undergo surgery on his left knee and miss 6 to 8 weeks. He played 35 games in the season, which was the fewest he's ever played in his career. He had been a great fit for the Bulls, playing along Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. And at the time of his injury, Chicago was 27-13, and they had the best record in the Eastern Conference. He was also having the best shooting season of his career, with career highs in field goal percentages and 3-point percentages. That season, he was the only player in the NBA to average 5 rebounds and 5 assists and shoot over 40% on threes. In February of this year, the Bulls announced that Lonzo would be out for the remainder of the 2022-2023 season due to injuries. And just last month, the Chicago Bulls vice president announced that he would not be playing the entire 2023-2024 season. Which brings us to today. The Lonzo situation is one of the most heartbreaking we have ever seen. Lonzo is making real adjustments to his game, and you can see him truly getting better and better every single year. And now that he's going to be sidelined for the entire next season, the future is very uncertain for him. We may never get to see his full potential as a basketball player because of the injuries he's gone through and him not being able to consistently play basketball. His skills as a point guard are unquestionable, and he would consistently get triple doubles and his passing IQ was amazing. I really hope for his sake, whenever he's able to return and able to stay healthy enough to play, hopefully we can see Lonzo finally live out his potential. Is Lonzo Ball going to be able to return back to his regular self? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And speaking of disappointing careers, make sure to check out my last video where I discussed how Carmelo Anthony had a very disappointing career in the NBA. But with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.
Sitting and I'm thinking while I'm sitting. I thought we was tight, but some dudes they be switching. My dogs to the right, we gon' be alright. Them boys that left, they done gone to switch sides. Life is full of trials, try again if you fail. And lies in the world make the truth hard to tell.